Hello friends, welcome to my channel Creating Essence. I am Megan. Thank you so much for stopping by today. I wanted to take a quick second before I tuck my kids in for the night to talk to you all about some changes that are upcoming on YouTube that you might see affecting channels like mine and other channels that you watch that are monetized. Yep, I said the big M word. People really like to avoid the topic of money here on YouTube. They like to avoid the fact that some of us do get paid for making videos. Well, I've never really been one to skirt the facts or beat around the bush, so here's the deal. Yep, you can tell by the ads at the beginning of my videos, I make a minuscule amount of money, about 3/10 of a penny for every view when you watch the ads at the beginning of my videos. While that does add up to a small income every month, it's certainly not huge. It's certainly not something that in any way pays me any kind of decent hourly wage for the amount of time put into making this content. And frankly, at this point, I don't even keep it. In the interest of full disclosure, I committed for the next 3 years, well, 2.5 years at this point, to give all of my earnings from my YouTube channel to a missions project at my church because I just felt like that's what I was supposed to do. So regardless of how much I make, I give it to that missions project for local and international missions. So if you are here watching my videos and you saw those ads at the beginning, thank you so much for helping give to my local community, to our church's food pantry, and our outreaches in Africa and Europe. How advertising works on YouTube, very, very basically. There are nuances and details that I'm sure people can correct me on, but the basic gist of it is advertisers pay YouTube literal trillions of dollars to run their ads. YouTube gives content creators like me 0.3% of what they make on those ads as a little thanks for putting your content here so we have something to run those ads on and make those trillions of dollars. YouTube wouldn't make money without us content creators, and the bone they're throwing us is minuscule. However, when this pandemic hit and so many changes were made, so many companies were changing their advertising back in mid-March, YouTube felt it. And basically because YouTube doesn't want to make less money, they just cut the percentage that they were willing to pay content creators per ad. That means despite less money coming in from advertisers, YouTube is making about the same. Content creators are making a lot less. So we already weren't paid well. Now we're paid a lot less. Because of that, a lot of creators started doing what are called mid-roll ads, which is where you'll see the commercial breaks being put in the middle of videos. I've chosen not to do that just because I was a viewer of YouTube long before I was a content creator. Years, in fact. And I've already been doing this YouTube gig as a creator for 3.5 years. So honestly, unless it's a really long video, which I'm really invested in watching, the mid-roll ads are really frustrating to me because a lot of times they can be those like 15-minute ads that, yeah, you can skip, but when I'm watching my subscriptions, I'm doing things like cooking meals and washing dishes and folding laundry, doing things with my hands, and I don't necessarily have my hands right there on the remote to skip the Roku ahead or on my phone to hit skip ad, and it's kind of a pain in the butt. And because of that, I have chosen not to run mid-roll ads on my videos. But understandably so, a lot of content creators started running mid-roll ads this spring to try to recoup some of what they were cut by YouTube for no fault of their own. Purely a business move on YouTube's behalf. Ultimately, at this point, content creators still have a choice. You will see some creators putting 5 commercial breaks into a 16-minute video, which I actually watched myself on a homeschooler's channel this week, and it's annoying. And the creators will say, I have no control, I just chose mid-roll ads. Well, the creators do have a choice. They may not realize it, they may just be hitting default settings, which lets YouTube just basically every time your voice pauses, they take that pause and insert an ad break. But in our back office as creators, we do have the option to actually go in and look at how many ad breaks YouTube is choosing to put in and alter that. So if you wanted 1 or 2 commercial breaks, ad breaks, mid-roll breaks, whatever you want to call them, inserted into your 16-minute video, you can delete the rest that YouTube has placed in your timeline. But a lot of people just hit that mid-roll ad thing and let YouTube do it at once and enjoy the fact that they're actually making a fraction of the money they used to make, which again, still was not much. I'm talking putting in the hours for a 40-hour work week and making like maybe $200 a month. It wasn't much. It's less now. So while some people may kind of play dumb on that front and say, oh, it's YouTube putting the ads in, I have no control, others genuinely don't realize that they can alter that. So I take it with a grain of salt, and if it gets ridiculous in a video, I just hit X out of the video altogether. I know a lot of you are not content creators. In fact, most of you aren't fellow content creators, and it's a pain in the butt, and you won't even stick around that long anyways, which is another reason I don't do mid-roll ads. Your presence here is more important to me than that. But I'm not saying that to judge other content creators. I'm just saying that's my personal choice. So YouTube has sent out another email this past week telling us of more changes coming up. And I am letting you all know all of this because I want you to understand what's going on, because these changes will impact my channel. So YouTube doesn't give us a whole lot of details. We kind of, as creators, have to wait for things to flesh out and see what it's actually going to look like in practice. But in very short, this email notification told us that as of July 27th, every video longer than 8 minutes will have mid-roll ads put in by default automatically. It will put them in all of our old videos and all of our upcoming videos. Now you can go in after the fact and delete those mid-roll ads as a creator, but it's something you have to do manually. It is something I will be doing on all of my new videos because, once again, mid-roll ads just aren't something that I do. Personal choice. But if you go back and watch some of my old videos, I have hundreds of old videos because, like I said, I've been doing this for 3.5 years full time. So you may see mid-roll ads pop up in old videos. And for that, honestly, I'm sorry. I'm going to do what I can to get rid of them, but it is a long and tedious manual process unless they make some kind of change in our back office dashboard where I can just choose a default that also impacts all of my old videos. I know as a viewer, it can get really irritating to have constant ads. I personally don't really watch television. I watch my YouTube subscriptions because that's what I have time for, so that's what I choose because I value them over television. I know so many of you feel the same way. I know so many of you have built friendships with me and other content creators by being part of our YouTube communities. So I wanted to let you know what was going on with the new state of things as far as ads goes, because you're gonna see a major increase in ads, mid-roll ads. Skippable, not skippable. We're not really sure, like I said, how this is actually going to play out, just that YouTube has said we will be putting mid-roll ads in every one of your videos because that increases their revenue too. Like I said, we make a minuscule fraction of their trillions of dollars in ad revenue. So I would ask you to give us creators a little bit of grace. There are some that will really appreciate this and will just let it run, and that is their prerogative. I'm not bashing them. I'm just saying I make a different choice. And if you have to deal with an increase in ads, or if you see mid-roll ads in my old content, I'm sorry. I am working on it. I appreciate your time spent here that you give me and my family watching our channel. Every single time you watch our channel. I truly do. And as much as I do take advantage of a teeny tiny amount of revenue that is offered to me, I also do not want to take advantage of your time or be a nuisance with constant mid-roll ads every time I pause my voice. If you have any questions about all of this, I am happy to answer them to the best of my ability. And always, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, share it if you think anyone might find it useful or informative, and subscribe to hang out for more.